Joining us with more on the investigation is Mark Rosenker, CBS News National Transportation Safety Consultant and former chairman of the National Transportation Safety Board. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Anthony.
Let's start with all the confusion at the actual crash site itself. How much is the limited access to the site at this point? How much do you think it's going to hamper the investigation?
Significantly, Anthony. This is going to be extremely difficult, extremely dangerous. The infrastructure there is hardly existing. So they are going to have to open this place up and actually provide significant amounts of resources if this is going to be a successful investigation.
For every day they delay, what effect has it?
Well, unfortunately, we are seeing a deterioration of the evidence, and clearly what's happening with the deceased, the decomposition is just going to be horrible.
It's horrible to hear about the looting and the sales on the black market. Who is actually going to lead this investigation? Because it's in this zone that really is, no one can clearly say is mine.
Ironically, because the Ukraine had signed a contract, or an affiliation agreement, if you will, the MAK, the Russian version of the NTSB, would technically be the organization that would lead and do the work of that group. Unfortunately, though, that is not going to happen. And what they're hoping to do is perhaps gather a coalition of international, credible technical representatives like the NTSB, like the British AAIB. The Dutch Safety Board clearly should be involved in this. The Malaysians will be involved in this. Perhaps even the Australians. They had a large number of passengers on board. But this has to be a very transparent, it has to be a very credible, and it has to be hopefully a quick investigation, and this has to be taken over, because right now it's chaos out there.
You know the Russians are very sensitive to American involvement here because they blame us for some degree for what's happened in Ukraine. What role, if any, will the U.S. have here? Well,
they will have an opportunity to be part of the investigation. Remember that we were invited in by the Ukrainian government. We already have an NTSB, a very senior, a very respected, a very experienced investigator that will be there sometime today. He will remain in Kiev. The FBI is there as well. They're all waiting to be able to get access to this accident and debris field.
Well, I hope it happens soon, but as you say, Mark, every day of delay makes it more and more difficult. Mark Rosenker, thanks so much.